Hey, this is Jade. Welcome to Dashboard Diva Podcast, where every diva deserves the mic. On this podcast, I sit in the car and talk to young women about God, their testimonies, missions they've served at, how they are continuously serving the Lord, and their life recently. I hope this podcast can give you encouragement, so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Okay, we have 10 seconds to shake the awkwardness. Starting now.
So, let's get started with Shotgun Spotlight. Today we have Selah. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Selah Oman. I go to the same church as Jade, and we met through Journey at our college group.
So the cruise control questions are, if you could have dinner with any fictional character, who would it be and why?
Oh my gosh, it's so good. There's so many good fandoms that I'm obsessed with for no reason. Oh geez. I think I'm fighting between someone in Narnia and someone in either Star Wars or Percy Jackson. So I don't want Percy Jackson to be real because that would be Greek mythology and stuff, and that's just creepy. But I'd have to say maybe probably Aslan, the lion. That'd be pretty cool. Or Reapy Chief. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
He's like a little rat guy. He's cool. He's a soldier. Okay.
I'll have to look it up.
That's my celebrity crush. He's a rat.
Okay. If you had to be famous for something completely random, what would it be?
Maybe how many Oreos I could stack on my nose. Have you ever seen them do that?
No.
People trying to stack Oreos on
You should have brought some.
I should have. You could have tried it out, tried to break the record.
And if you could invent a holiday, what would it celebrate?
If I could invent a holiday, what would it celebrate? I don't know. Probably being creative. That's super cheesy, but I don't know. That's a good question. I'm just thinking about what you could do to celebrate. I don't know. I would want them to eat pizza and put streamers up. I don't know what for, but I guess you could celebrate pizza and friends.
Yeah. I feel a lot of people already do that.
That's true. That's just a birthday party. But not my birthday party. I don't know. Not the attention.
Okay. So the mileage check is, so what is college life like right now?
It's getting easier because I'm about to finish the school year, and I actually just finished my last final today, and I will graduate with my associate's degree in business next Thursday. And then I'll keep going and do MSU and get my bachelor's in a couple semesters. So, yeah.
So, what was the reason behind choosing your major?
That's a great question. I actually have changed my major so many times. My first year of college, I had a double major in theology and music, and I was at a different university. And then my mom got an injury, so I came home, moved back home, which was really a blessing because I feel like I've gotten closer to my family now than I was ever before. But now I finished the associates in business, and then I'll finish with a bachelor's in psychology to get my counseling degree. And so I want to, be a counselor and have a small business for counseling. That's at least the thought right now. I also want to do ministry, so I'm kind of is it just going to be a degree or will it be a career? I don't know.
So do you have any funny stories?
Any funny stories?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a lot of funny stories. How funny are we talking? Embarrassing?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, okay, I have a short one. I mean, I feel like we've all gone through this, but it's pretty rough. I was at the grocery store. No. I was at a restaurant, okay? And it was Italian food. It was really nice. It was a fun little spot. Anyways, the waiter comes over and they give us our food and stuff. And they're like, okay, enjoy your food. I said, You too.
Make one of those TikToks.
Yes, it's so rough. up. It's like, why are we so polite like this? It's so
I
tough.
don't think that ever happened to me.
Really? Ever? You're lucky. Because it's like, I don't know, you just want to put your foot in your mouth. Like,
Okay, and what are your plans after graduation?
I honestly don't have a solid plan because I think the Lord is going to do great things. I don't know what those things are, but I'm kind of like sitting in peace knowing that that's going to happen. I don't know what it entails, but I think the more time has gone on, the more I've been like calm about the future because I think I was really anxious about the future when I was younger, especially when I was in like early high school because a lot of people already knew what they wanted to do. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's just been this past year and a half maybe where I'm like, okay, God, I know you have this. I know you have my future in your hands. I'm gonna just leave it up to you, but still have decisions made. Not be like procrastinating, making decisions or anything like that. I don't know if that makes sense.
So you were in a Jesus play?
I was. Oh my goodness, it was so cool. It's called The Passion of the Promise, or The Promise of the Passion. My bad. It was in Glen Rose, Texas, and yeah, it was really cool. It went from like Jesus's ministry. So we saw like the Passover. We saw him get baptized by John the Baptist, and then it went all the way through his resurrection. And so it wasn't like super like stretched out. Like all of the miracles he did that are recorded in like Matthew and John were all packed into one like 8-minute song. But it was awesome. It was really cool. We just finished this past weekend, so yeah, RIP. Like I really liked doing it, and all the people were super nice too. So yeah, highly recommend the show if you ever have a chance to see it in the future. They have like 3 a year. So yeah.
So what are some lessons you have learned this year or struggles you're facing?
Ooh. I was just talking to somebody about this because I have, discipleship.
Mhm.
We do that a lot. Yeah. Anyways, so I think one is like submission to God, like knowing I can't control things, knowing I can't, like, even if I try, I'm so incapable of making things like as good as He can, like He's truly the only one I should want to have, like, in control of my life and stuff. And so I think it's just important to remember like the Lord is the most responsible person to be making decisions for your life. And so yeah, I would say just submission, and then I think also like I didn't struggle with being self-conscious for so long. Like I finally got over that. But it creeps in every now and then, and I have to be like, hold up, like I rebuke this in the name of the Lord. This is not legitimate. This is not who I am, and God is so much bigger than my self-doubt. So, yeah.
So do you have anything big coming up?
Graduating with my little baby associate's degree. That will be fun. I'm trying to go to Italy in the fall, and so I'm trying to plan that out. I did a lot of traveling last year, and so I don't want to stop traveling. So I'm trying to, figure that out. Anything else big? I don't know. I'm in a lot of weddings coming up. I'm not in them, but I'm going to them, which I'm just as happy with personally. Like I just love weddings. Do you cry at weddings?
No.
Have you gone to a lot of weddings?
Some.
Some? Yeah. Are you going to any this next month?
2.
Yeah. Are you excited for them?
I still have to buy gifts.
Do you not like weddings?
I go for the food.
Okay. See, I hear people say that a lot, but I don't like cake. Like, it's okay.
It's like the meal.
Yeah.
Free food.
Okay, the food part. Do you like the dancing? Do you like dancing at weddings?
No.
What about like the YMCA? Like that's where it's at. That's my favorite part of weddings, is doing the YMCA. I hope you know I'm kidding. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I was like, I know your personality.
I don't know how to take that, Shane. That's funny. I don't know, girl. I'm an introvert, and I'm faking it, honestly, as an extrovert all the time. I'm being so serious.
Okay, so testimony in transit. Can you share with us your testimony?
I feel like my hair is all in this mic. I'm sorry. Okay, so what is my testimony? It's such a big question, and I think people can take it so many different ways because ultimately it's God's story of like how he worked in your life. So I think there's a lot of different ways God worked in my life in a lot of different situations. But I guess I can just give like some highlights for sure. It's hard because you never know like who will relate to what and how that could benefit them. That's something I learned a lot over Beach Reach, a mission trip that we went on. Anyways, so I guess my short version of my testimony would be like I was Christian since I was younger. I had a really good relationship with the Lord. God is always so good. And obviously, like, he never moves, right? Like, we can be as close to him as we want to be. We can be as far from him as we want to be. But he's still there. And so I think there were definitely seasons when I was younger where I did walk away and come back and walk away and come back, or even like subconsciously did that by idolizing other things. Like, I don't know, like I was lonely a lot when I was younger because I moved a lot. And so whenever I got into like middle school, I think I idolized like having friends and like finding friendships. And some of that came with like compromises of how much time I was spending with God or whatever. And yeah, I think too, like growing up is hard. Like nobody tells you that when you're a kid, but or maybe they do, and I just am ignorant and forgot that they said that, you know. But yeah, there were so many seasons in my life where I just really got into a funk, I guess, and then just had a revelation of like the Lord has delivered me from my sin. Like, who do I have to fear? Like, what do I have on this earth to be afraid of? When literally the God of the universe looks at me and says, like, you are my daughter and I love you. Like, what? Like, that's so beautiful. Why am I like idolizing things or running to other things for satisfaction? So I guess to finish off the like testimony part would be like I really feel like every year I learn something new about God, and especially the last 2 years I feel like I've grown a lot because I just had like a big stumbling block my senior year of high school, and that was really hard, but I knew God was with me, even though I doubted him for probably a solid year again after that. Doubted his capableness, I guess. So yeah, but me and the Lord, like, we're tight. No, I'm just kidding. But like, he's so good to me. I love our friendship, and obviously, like, he's superior. He's mighty. Like, I'm not trying to make him seem at the same level as me at all. But yeah, I don't know. He's just definitely delivered me, and I mean everyone, but I could talk about him all day. So you better just yeah.
We can make this episode 2 hours long.
I mean, hey. But yeah, no, God is so good. I just feel like even whenever I'm struggling with something specific and I'm still praying and like thinking and like reading scripture, or if I'm neglecting those things, there are things he sends to me or people he sends to me talking about certain things that are specifically related to what I have going on, and it's just so cool to see how he does that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and what do you think God has in store for you in the next chapter of your life?
I wish I knew. I really wish I knew. Yeah. I think living in obedience, but he always wants us to do that, right? So I think I'm just becoming more and more, like, I don't know, I'm understanding more what it means to be like an individual adult person, because I'm no longer like living on campus at college, which not that it's any different. Like you can still be whatever. But it's like, oh wow, like I'm grown. Like I have to do things like paying my taxes and it's getting my oil changed. It's like, so I guess just keep growing and helping others grow. That's kind of the whole thing I like to try and do, even just throughout the week. I'm like, okay, God, like, how can I bless your people? I like to try and ask him that, and it's always very satisfying to know, like, when you're doing the Lord's work and be able to reflect and be like, wow, like, God didn't have to use me. God never has to use me, but like I got the privilege to be used by him, you know?
Mm-hmm. And the pit stop ponder question is, why did God choose Israel specifically, and how should Christians today view that choice?
I saw that and that was really interesting to me. So yeah, I majored in theology for a year, but I'm not like an expert at all. I'm very, intermediate. But I don't know. The Lord is good. He grows me every day. But yeah, why did God choose Israel specifically? I mean, I know he chose them as his chosen people because of like the birth line, right? So like Noah. So we go from Adam, like Noah, eventually.
Yeah.
There's like Moses, Abraham, like all these. I know all the names, okay?
Get your Bible
But
out.
yeah, honestly, we could go flip over in Exodus right now. But I think like, I mean, I want to talk about how David was like a man after God's own heart, but that was long after God had already chose the Israelites as his chosen people. So I don't know. Do you have an answer for that?
Nope.
No. And what's the other part of the question? How should Christians today view that choice? I know it's kind of hard for me, at least, to like look at the Old Testament and see like why God made certain decisions about people. But ultimately, like I have to remember, if Jesus died on the cross for one person, like just one of us, I don't know why I'm like going. If Jesus died on the cross for one person, that would be a miracle of like, wow, like he's so gracious. That's mind blowing that he would perfectly like be so perfect and die for us. And it's just one person. Like that alone would be mind blowing. But the fact that he's given the option for all of us to be with him and go to heaven and have eternal life, like that is such an enormous amount of grace. So I have to think about that when I see like all the deaths of the people and the wars and stuff. And I'm like, okay, God, like what's going on? It's like, oh, that's actually, we all deserve that. We all deserve to be annihilated. My bad.
Yeah, your comments on BSM were interesting.
I am so unhinged in our Bible study. I think it's because I know everybody in it, and I'm pretty like everybody's really chill, and so I just feel like
they just died. Or they're dead now.
So super dead, super dead guys. That's pretty tough. Yeah, Haman's sons. It's like that was a long time ago. They are super dead.
Okay, so GPS, God Purpose Service. Have you been on any mission trips? If so, where and how did you serve?
Yeah, so I've been on a couple mission trips. I think my first one was to Denver, Colorado, and we served at like a Hispanic church there, and it was really cool. We did a VBS, and what else did we do? We worked for like this like children in poverty home thing, but it was more like an after school program, and we like did some physical labor for them. It was cool. I went to Mexico with my church last year. That was really really cool. We got to be around. It was like a homeless and disability shelter, and we got to just talk to them and be with them and make them food, and it was just crazy seeing people like they were so excited for things that I wouldn't think twice about. So like this lady was coming with this big basket of like notebooks and pencils, and these people owned nothing. Like they owned the clothes that were on them, and like that was really it. Like I saw where they slept, and they slept on the floor with like one blanket, and it was just so mind opening to see like, especially getting back to the States was weird. But anyway, so she had like notebooks and pencils, and they were like jumping up and down and so excited. And like I gave one of them like a notebook, and he was old. He was really old, but he was like, "Oh, like I'm so grateful." But he was speaking Spanish, so I had no idea what he was saying. And but like I can just get up from my cushioned bed in my room, walk into my kitchen, grab a pair of scissors, and I can make a craft. Or I can go into my pantry and like get paper towels that we buy and throw away. And I was just like, this is so odd to me coming back and seeing like we have so much stuff. Like, not that it's bad or that we should all just change. Like everyone in America, okay, stop having stuff. No, I'm very anti that message because it doesn't make sense. And I know there's some preachers that say stuff like that, but literally don't live it out. Yeah, so I don't know. That was very mind opening. I really enjoyed Beach Reach as well, which was in South Padre. That was great. I know a lot of other people that will be on your podcast or have been already will have gone there. That was really great to getting to evangelize. And then I also went to Oregon last January. That was really a beautiful time. I think it really gave me another moment of like motivation to share the gospel again, because I think I got a little stagnant on actually evangelizing in like 2023. So yeah, that's kind of my history. Oh yeah, the New York City. I was there to evangelize in December. That was really a cool trip for sure. But I had been to New York already, so I was kind of like past the tourist, stuff.
Yeah, I saw pictures.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was still impressed, obviously, because it was like decorated for Christmas and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I think probably Mexico was my favorite though, because sorry, I feel like I'm rambling. Am I rambling?
No.
Okay. I guess it was kind of a point. So there was this moment where we were sitting down and eating, and there's this like man that is completely like burnt, like all over his body, and then there's this other guy, and he has Down syndrome, and like both of their families like abandoned them, I guess. And then there were some other people too. Like there was an old man in a wheelchair, and like yeah, we were all hanging out. And like the two guys were kind of young, like they were probably around our age. And I was trying to teach them how to play tic-tac-toe. And it was so much fun because I couldn't speak Spanish, and so I was just like trying to like signal to them how to win. It probably took like 15 minutes just for them to understand what I was talking about, because I mean obviously I couldn't communicate very clearly, but it was fun. It was really fun. That's probably one of my favorite memories.
So if you could go anywhere in the world for a mission trip, where would you want to go?
Specifically for a mission trip, I think, well, okay, there's a couple different answers I could give, because I don't know how effective I could be going to like a country where I don't know the language and be the only one there. Like it would take years and years and years. Well, I don't know about and years, but it would definitely be really difficult. I think if I'm not involving the language barrier at all, yeah, I don't have to. I mean, okay. I feel like the basic answer would be like North Korea or something. But I also kind of want to say like Greenland because they don't have a huge like evangelical Christian population, and nobody wants to go there because it's really really cold.
Why is it called that?
Okay, actually, I know the history behind that. So Iceland and Greenland are opposite because, okay, so Greenland is super, icy. There's snow everywhere. It's mostly like made of ice and snow. Yeah, hence that. And Greenland is Greenland, and Iceland is super nice and like green and beautiful. They did this because they wanted people to buy land on each of those. And so people were deceived, obviously, and bought the Greenland land before going. And so those people, the voyagers or whoever it was that like put the flag over there, they made a lot of money. And the people that moved to Iceland were very happy. So I wish they would change that. At this point, everyone knows. Like, come on, people.
That was way off topic.
Yeah, that is random. But now, the more you know.
Yeah.
Maybe look that up too, like a little bit. Don't read a history paper about it just based off of my word. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you sing sometimes at Journey. How did you know that your gift is meant to serve God in that way?
I think I was very hesitant at first because I think I was afraid of being like judged, but also I was afraid of making it about me. And then I also realized like, okay, both of those things are from literally Satan. Like neither of those things are from God for sure. You can call it the enemy, you can call it sinful nature, you can call it fear, whatever you want to call it. Afraid of judgment and afraid of like both of those are fear. And so I think I just realized like the Lord gives us gifts and blessings, and who are we to not use them for his glory? Like that would be such a shame because it's kind of wasting your gift a little bit to not use it for him. Yeah. Also, I don't know, I feel like when I'm singing worship songs, it's almost like I'm singing in a different voice. Like I do not sound like that when I sing like random secular songs. Like I don't know, like my voice, like I'm confident that it sounds good when I'm singing for the Lord, but when I'm singing like I don't know.
Okay, let's try it out.
Like All Star. It's like I do not sound good.
Pick a song.
Hey now. Just kidding. What? That's crazy.
We got time.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Do you have a favorite verse that you would like to share?
A favorite verse ever? Okay, I really love, it's kind of basic, but I love Psalms 23 because when I was younger, I had to memorize the whole chapter. It's only like 6 verses, maybe 8. I think it's 6. And like since I memorized it when I was younger, if I'm in a place of like discomfort or something, or I feel like distant from God for some reason, I'll just like say it to myself, even if I'm just like driving in the car or whatever. And that's just really comforting. Can I say it to you right now?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so it's okay. The Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want. For he makes me lie down in green pastures, and he leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul in his righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, but your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, and my cup overflows. For surely your goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Mic drop. Because it's like, whoa, it's like, whoa, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not be in what, like, I should be content. Like, I don't know. It's just so good. And it's cool, too, that David was, like, completely suffering, which is not cool. But it's also, I don't know, it gives some perspective for sure. What do you think? Do you have a favorite verse?
I like Esther 4:14.
What does it say?
Something like
What does it talk about, maybe?
It's like, perhaps you're the queen for such a time as this.
Oh, yeah. It's like showing, like, the intentionality of God. That is cool. I liked that we went through Esther at the BSN. That was really cool.
So you do discipleship?
Yeah, I just started discipleship with one of the, just an older friend I have, and it's been really sweet. Yeah, we're just going through, like, checkups, kind of like spiritually, physically, mentally, relationally, stuff like that. Yeah. What about you? Do you do discipleship?
Yeah, with
right?
Natasha.
Natasha? Oh, I love Natasha. She's really
very
sweet.
awkward during that.
Do you feel like it's like a psych appointment or something?
Kinda.
That's funny. You don't have to feel that way. Just be like, oh, this is just
and then
my
she gives
pal.
me tests.
Really? Wait, what?
She's like, this is the 3 circles.
Oh, yeah. Which is helpful, but I mean, you can just tell her.
I hope she doesn't listen.
That's so funny. Cool.
We go through a book.
That's cool.
I haven't read.
You haven't read it. That's okay.
Okay, and so, Fill for the Road, what is some spiritual gas you would like to fill into our listeners?
Hey, let's get back to Psalm 23 real quick. Oh my gosh. Like, okay. If I hadn't said it already enough, the Lord has delivered you. You are nothing without him, but with him you are capable of everything he has for you. And if you're living in obedience with him or under his rule, right, then you are going to be used by him. I think something I would advise is like learning the difference between the voice in your head and the voice of God, and knowing that there's some things that God would never say. And the more you read the word and the more you understand who he is in the Bible and what he says, the more you'll know, like, okay, this is the Lord's voice, not my own. I think also, like, God is not a God of fear. God is not a God of confusion. God is not a God of chaos. And if those things are happening in a situation, you really need to step back and assess some things. So whether that's relational drama, whether that's a job, yeah, lots of places that could occur. But yeah, none of that is from the Lord. Spiritual gas. What else do I have? Okay, I could spout off about like confidence and relationships and stuff like that. So, do you want me to get into that?
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, first of all, being self-conscious is actually a form of pride because you're showing God, or you're trying to tell God that you could do better in how you were made. And it's like, okay, he formed you in the womb. He knew you before you were even born, before your mother like picked out your name. That's crazy. And the fact that he like crafted your eyes and your ears, like he made you exactly how you're supposed to be physically. Now, obviously, it's good to be healthy and like have healthy habits. That is something that we can control and should control. But yeah, as far as like being self-conscious goes, like don't. There's no need. Also, as far as like beauty standards go and stuff like that, that is not from God. Unrealistically, like obviously be a good with your hygiene. Like, we are a temple, right? Like, please. I'm not saying like become a naturalist or something crazy like that, which actually that has multiple definitions. That can also mean like a certain kind of spiritualism. But anyways, so that was a whole tangent. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, relationships. Don't idolize relationships. It's not worth it. And you're just giving brain space to a guy or a girl that may or may not deserve you for like a ridiculous amount of time, at least for girls, for sure. I know, at least that what my experience. I don't know about you. I'm not speaking this into your life, but my experience, it's like so time consuming in the past when I would just, consider them so much and like what they need and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, we're not even like, this is delusional. Yeah, and also knowing your worth in that, like, you deserve so much. But also, okay, this is my last thing I'll say about relationships. If they don't like you, they're not meant for you. Get over that. Get over him. Like, it is not worth your time or mental energy, because if the Lord has him for you, he will like you and you won't have to work for it. Like, be yourself, work on yourself, be obedient, be healthy, but don't be working your like little mind over trying to earn some guy that might not even be good after you start dating him for a while. Yeah, it's like, okay, finally he wants to date me. And then like 2 dates in, you might be like, yeah, this actually does not cut it. And you've been pursuing him for like 2 years.
You sound like you have experience.
It's not. But no, that's actually not about me. My cousin, sweet cousin, she would never listen to, she just doesn't listen to podcasts. And I wouldn't send this to her because now I'm talking about her. But yeah, just I gotta say it. If nobody else is gonna say it, I gotta say it. Don't waste your time.
Good thing I don't have any time.
She's like, actually, I'm a STEM major.
I locked myself in my room.
That's so funny.
Oh. Okay, before we close, how can I pray for you this week?
I think praying about my summer and just that I can use it for the Lord. Also for just local like people. I know there were a lot of like crazy things that happened this past week with like the storms and stuff, and yeah, what else? I think just I really gotta think about that.
You have a whole list?
I think peace. Continued peace for just the families in Wichita Falls. Yeah, just those 2 things. I don't remember what the first one was.
We'll play this back.
Yeah. We can look at the perks.
That's it.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
Thank
you so much. When you get all famous, you'll have to have me back.
Oh, I doubt that.
At some point in the future, I would love to be back. Maybe once I'm like a published author and my songs are out and all that stuff. We'll see.
Like, can I get tickets to your
to my concert? I will send you tickets. My people will get in touch with your people for sure. That's so funny.
Well, bye.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you so much for listening. I'm so thankful to be able to have this platform, and I couldn't do it without our special guests. Please follow me at Dashboard Diva Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to YouTube and smash the notification button so you never miss a single video. Also, don't forget to snag some amazing merch and stay tuned for upcoming fundraisers.